So this is actually how you do normal basic crocheting, is by working in the big loops here that we have that you can see. Okay, right. So what I'm going to show you now is part of the mosaic, which we will be doing with our patterns. Again, joining a new piece of wool to your work. Again, do a knot. Go to the first stitch here. Put your crochet hook in. Just slip that wool over. Again, pull that through. Okay, pull that loop through. Now you're just going to do a single crochet, put it in there, just like that. Okay, now because this is the beginning of your work, we do that again in the exact same stitch, the very first one. Put that in, go down and around, pull that through. Okay, so now we've got 2 loops here, down and around, pull it through both loops. Okay, and that's our beginning. Now for the mosaic crocheting, we do not work through the big holes here, through the big stitches. We're going to be working in our V's. Okay, at the top, as you can see, there's nothing there, but you look at the top, there's a V. So this is the front one. There's our back one here. So we've got front and back, front and back, front and back. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get our lovely crochet hook here, and we're going to go in between that V, okay, and kind of work it through to the back. Okay, so here's the front one, and this is the back one. Okay, this is the only difference between this stitch. Okay, and again you're going to go down and around, pick up the thread, pick up the wool, pull that through. Now we have 2 on here, so we do exactly the same to finish it off. Down and around and pull that through. Okay, so that's our first stitch in our mosaic. Okay, again we go along, we find our V for our second stitch, we go in between that and we go underneath the back wool. Okay, the back stitch. Again we go down and around, pull that through, then finish off that stitch, down and around, pull that through too. Okay, next stitch, put it between the V, put it in between, and under that back stitch there, go down and around, pull that through. Now that we have 2 here, we're going to finish that off. Okay, again, next one, put it through the V, underneath the back stitch, then down and around, pull that through. Now we have 2 loops here, down and around, pull that through. Now we only have the one, and then we basically work along. Okay, so that's the next step that you need to learn and to understand, is just working in the back stitch here. Put it between the V, get the back, down and around, pull through, down and around, pull through 2 loops. Okay, again, in between the V here, put in between, goes underneath the back stitch, then down and around, pull through. Now we have 2, down and around, pull through 2. Okay, and keep working along until you come to the end and you finish off your line. And now we've come to the end. We've come to the end of our first mosaic. So now what we need to do is not through the V this time. This is our very last stitch on this line. So we're going to go underneath it. So we've got the V on the top. We're basically just going through the big hole, big stitch. And we're going to go down and around, bring it through. And we're going to finish that off. And then we're going to finish off now with 2 single chains. So 1, then 2. Okay, we're going to cut off around the ring finger. Then we're going to gently pull that through, like so. Give it a bit of a tug. Okay. So what you're going to notice here is you can see a line over here. That's the front of the V. Okay. And that's what the back looks like. Okay. So practice that one. Practice going through the back of the V. Going in between. Going in between. Picking up the back thread there. Okay.